going on, guys? This is Jesse with Jesse Gonzalez Fishing, and today I'm going to be doing a product review on the Toadfish Stowaway LED lantern. So first off, I just want to say anything I get from Toadfish is just over the top. Everything is functional on it. Everything is designed extremely well, and the quality is always top notch. So great job on that, guys. Well, let's get right into it. So I'm part of a Toadfish ambassador program, and they had sent me this before they started their Kickstarter to kind of try it out, advertise it, and get some social media kind of marketing and presence going behind it. So I've been using this for the last couple of weeks, and it functions pretty great. So let's just get right into it. Here's their real fancy box. Kind of cool looking. Has a magnetic kind of latch to it, or magnetic box to it. So here it is opened up. I'd say really solid packaging, looks amazing, and when you open it, it gives you all the features listed of what it can and can't do. So off the bat, it says shatterproof shell, sealed aluminum housing, retractable, hang or kickstand. Carabiner is included with this. Has a Type-C USB port, bright dim SOS mode, red light mode, and also has a magnet and their patented suction that they have on that. So sweet, let's pull this thing out. If I can get it out. It is in there pretty solid, which is all right with that because that's great packaging. I want to say it did have an easier way to pull it out, but when I pulled it out, I forgot to get that little tab out of there. So here it is. It's actually pretty small. Like I said, the build quality is amazing on this. It feels like a premium product. This top feels amazing. It's supposed to be shatterproof, so I'm actually going to test that. I'm going to run this thing over with my car in a bit, and the only reason I'm going to do that is because they actually, on their commercial for this, they show it being ran over by a truck. So if a truck can run this over, I should be able to run this over with a car, and it should still work. So we're going to test the hell out of this throughout this video today. Well, let's go over this real quick. Solid, has their Toadfish design on it, has their suction on the bottom, which I'm sure once you stick it, it does not come off. You can hit it any way you want. This thing will not, well actually, this is super smooth surface, but you get it. You stick it, it ain't going anywhere. Now the only time I do have issues with this is if you stick it upside down. Then over time, it eventually will come off. But that's because of the way their suction is designed. It is designed to stick straight down or sideways and get hit and not go anywhere. But when you want to bring it up, you just lift it straight up and it comes straight off. So that's the only, I'm not gonna say negative thing about it, because you can still stick this thing anywhere, but it works great. So on the bottom, this is where all, I guess the magic is. You have a lot going on down here, guys. So you have their suction. You have a pretty strong magnet underneath it. So anything that's metal, as long as it's not like aluminum or something stupid, you can, it'll stick onto that. The next thing is you have this kickstand, which comes up once, comes up twice, comes up 3 times, and locks in place right there. And this is pretty solid. Like I say, everything I get from Toadfish is kind of over-engineered and has amazing build quality. So this works pretty great. When I was camping down in Pins for the weekend, I actually just hung this on the center of my tent with a little carabiner, and it lit up my whole tent. And this was my light for my tent the entire weekend. So it functioned perfect. And I'm glad it had that because I could just pop it out, hang it up, and when I want it, take it down, walk around with it, look at my surroundings, pop it on the side of the truck to light up the barbecue pit. This thing works great for everything. The next thing we got going on down here is our USB. And here's the USB-C down there. Now this has a pretty good system on here. It's all rubber and it actually goes down pretty deep. So when you want to close it, you got to make sure that thing's pressed all the way down. And I'm assuming that's what makes it waterproof as well. That's a really good seal on there. The next thing is going to be your regular power. And you also have a power for your red, for the red light. So we're going to hit this once. Here's twice. Here's 3 times for your strobe. Here's off. Here's for your red light. And off. So one of the things I really enjoyed more than anything with this light, and I'm not sure how it's going to transfer on to the camera, but when you hit this thing once, it kind of puts off not a white light, but it's more of like a soft, diffused, between almost like a yellowish tint kind of light, real warm feeling to it. And what I like about this is you can have this somewhere posted on the side of your campsite or in the middle of a table, and you don't have these crazy bright white LEDs just blinding everyone. And I have had that happen to me before with a cheaper light I purchased at Walmart. I set this little lantern up and it was amazing. It put off a ton of light, but no one could look at each other or conversate with this bright white light in the center because everybody was blinded by it. So amazing, whoever thought of that, to kind of diffuse it with a warmer kind of light. So amazing. So we'll get right into it. Let's see what they got here. This says it's a shatterproof shell, which we are going to test. IP7 sealed aluminum housing. So we're going to throw this thing in the water with it on and it should stay on. Bright LED light. So these are LEDs. All these in here are LEDs, but it's just diffused very well with this plastic housing they have on it. So sweet. Now, what's included? This does come with a retractable hang and kickstand, which is this right here. But what's included is the carabiner. Now, it's a small little carabiner, which is amazing. It's in my fishing gear somewhere. But what I would recommend is, I like the bigger carabiners. And the reason for those is because when they're so small, sometimes, although they might get around this, they might not get around something else you're trying to hook it to. So I just prefer the bigger carabiners or the S-shaped where I can hook on here and hook on something else up top. So the next thing it comes with is a Type-C. Cable is included. I think it's only like a 6-inch cable or something like that. So nothing crazy. But it does come with a way to charge it. It doesn't come with the block, but I mean, what does nowadays? Not even phones come with blocks anymore. So, hey, they gave us the cable. I'm happy with that. And it does come with a magnet suction cup, which is this actual whole device right here. So, sweet. Let's see what else we got on here. All right, let's talk about the brightness and how long the battery is. It's going to be on high bright, which is the first setting. We're looking at 300 lumens, 5 hours. 10 to 16 meters. On medium dim, which is this one right here, we're looking at 150 lumens, which is still pretty damn bright. 11 hours at 5 meters. I'm okay with medium dim. Like I said, high bright is, unless you have it, 10 feet away from you and you're trying to barbecue and light up the entire campsite, is the only time I would use high bright. But on the medium dim, this is perfect for just playing cards, conversating at a table, and just enjoying the night. SOS mode kicks it back up to 300 lumens, which is brighter, and this actually lasts for 10 hours, 10 to 16 meters. So this actually shoots out pretty far and it's bright, and since it's strobing, you actually get a whole 10 hours out of it instead of the 5 hours, which I guess makes sense because you're going to want to use it for an emergency mode and have it on as long as possible to get someone's attention. The red mode is only 20 lumens. This will last for 15 hours at 3 meters. So it's not going to project as far, and the lumens actually go down to 20, which is perfect, and it's going to last you 15 hours. So this is something where you want to use when the mosquitoes and bugs are just driving you insane at the campsite, or when you're out fishing or on the boat, and you don't want to have this light that's going to attract them, which is horrible and gets ridiculous. And everybody that's been out fishing, when those bugs are out and those mayflies are out, man, it is almost impossible to get rid of them. And that's because everybody is using these bright white lights, and they are attracted to that. So when you run a red light, you're not bothering everybody, you're not bothering anyone, you're not shooting this bright white light into people's faces. This is kind of just enough light to kind of see where your tackle's at, rebait a hook, kind of just grab something, or if you just want to kind of be able to just barely illuminate the place and not have flies and bugs everywhere, and not let everyone around you know where you're at, or kind of just keep it low key. Just put it there. It's just enough light to light up a table, basically. So sweet. Let's turn this off. Now this is a 300 battery, USB rechargeable in 4 hours, and 15-hour battery life. So sweet. Takes about 4 hours to charge it, so you get 15 hours out of it. That's pretty good. Just charge it overnight, grab it in the morning, and this should last you 2 days, I want to say, or 2 nights. And that's with using it at 8 hours at a time. You're probably not going to do that. Realistically, let's just say you use it for high brights on 5 hours. So even if you have it on high bright for 2.5 hours a night, you're still good. 3, 4 hours, you're great. So awesome. Let's see what else we got here. So this thing says versatile and portable, which I agree. It is extremely versatile and it is extremely portable. You can throw this in a tackle box. I have a tackle backpack, so I just throw it in my backpack. My backpack is overpacked. I'll just clip it with a carabiner on the back. Functions great. Same thing with the Toadfish fillet knife. It actually has the carabiner built into it. So sometimes I just hook that on my backpack and I'm good to go. So great job on that, guys. IPX7 sealed system. So I see a light, I see this thing, and on their commercial, they actually have it lit up, underwater, suctioned. So we're gonna test that as well. It also says sealed construction makes it both waterproof and corrosion resistant. So I like that. It's waterproof for one, which means when you're on the jetties or in areas where there's a lot of moisture in the air, it's not gonna mess it all up in there. So it is 100% sealed. All the electronics are good to go. And the other thing is it's corrosion resistant. I do a lot of saltwater fishing. There's a lot of guys that run saltwater boats, a lot of guys that fish off of piers, on a kayak, just camping on the beach. So this thing's gonna actually last and not get corrosion on it or rust and be useless in a year or two. So I'm really hoping on using this for the next 10, 15 plus years. It should hold up really nice. All right, let's get into some tests. All right, guys, there's only one way to test this light to make sure it works underwater, and we're just gonna keep throwing this thing in the pool. We're gonna turn it on, and there we go, and see what happens. Hey, it actually floats. Hell yeah. Is it on? It's on. That's awesome. Sorry we can't do this at night, but like I said, we're gonna test the hell out of this light. Is it on? Yeah. All I did was tie a rope to this little latch back here. All right, fuck it, let's do it one more time. That is sweet that it floats. That's actually cool because this thing is not light. This thing is heavy. All right. Well, now we know it's waterproof and it floats. That's amazing. There's the suction. Let's put it on this side. Hell yeah. Well, there it is, guys. We tested this thing underwater. We tested it, dunking it multiple times. This thing still functions and it floats. Hell yeah. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jesse back again. This thing just survived the water test. Now we're gonna throw this Toadfish lantern off the second story, probably about a good 30 feet, onto some dirt, some hard dirt over there. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, just showing y'all this works. Here we go. Hopefully I don't hit the cement. All right, how we're looking? A little dirty, a little watery, the pool, but does it work? Hell yeah. Sweet. Survived a 2-story throw. It's not bad. Doesn't look too damaged. But next test is we're gonna run this thing over. So let's go get ready for that. All right, guys. Toadfish has a commercial that shows a truck running over their lantern. So I'm gonna do that with my 2016 Honda Accord. See what happens. See if it works. All right, we're good to go. Place that thing right there. Okay, I see the red light's on. Maybe we pushed it. Let's make sure this thing still, does it work still? Oh shit, it works. So I just ran this thing over with my car. This plastic top has no damage to it at all. The frame has 0 damage. Hell yeah, well done, Toadfish. There it is, guys. That was a full review on the Toadfish lantern. We tested the hell out of this. This thing is sturdy as hell, over-engineered. Actually, you know what? I see a slight little bump right there, but you can't even see it. We just ran this thing over with a car, threw it off a 2-story building, house, and this thing floats in the water and is waterproof. Go get you one.